Joining me right now is the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows. Mark, great to see you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. You just heard Nancy Pelosi. Does she really want to get a deal done or not, Mark?
Well, you know, it's interesting. She says that this is all about respecting the science. It's really more about her political agenda, Maria. But I am optimistic. We do share one goal, and that is hopefully to get some kind of deal in the next 48 hours or so. From here, I'll actually leave to go have discussions with some of our Senate colleagues on the Republican side, as well as some of her staff members as it relates to insurance provisions and how to best make sure that those that have lost insurance during this China virus pandemic, that we can actually provide help. The president has been very clear. He wants to make sure that we provide the necessary funds for those Americans that are hurting during this unprecedented time. While there is truly good news on the economic front, part of this stimulus package would actually be to address some of the manufacturing onshoring needs as well. So while we have not seen a lot of movement from Speaker Pelosi, we've seen more movement from the rank and file Democrats in the House. I can tell you that the negotiations have entered a new phase, which is more on the technical side of trying to get the language right if we can agree upon the numbers. We're still apart, still a number of issues to work on, but the last 24 hours have moved the ball down the field.
What is getting in the way or standing in the way of a deal? Because the truth is this insurance that you just mentioned. Lindsey Graham said that Nancy Pelosi did not want to agree to liability insurance, whereas somebody goes to a restaurant, they get sick, they want to sue the restaurant. That liability insurance protects that restaurant from that. Has she now agreed that there should be liability insurance? Is that what you just said?
Well, she knows, she's known for 90 days that liability protection would be part of any deal. To have a discussion over the last several months without really her privately acknowledging that those liability protections were going to be part of any deal would just have been disingenuous. No, what I'm talking about there is really on those that have lost their job and lost insurance along with it. How do we best make sure that they have the coverage they need? And how do we actually subsidize that? But that's not the biggest issue that's out there. The biggest issue remains state and local assistance. We show that the actual numbers in terms of revenue loss for state and local governments to be in the $250 to $275 billion range. She's about twice that number, closer to $500 billion. That remains a stumbling block. But for us, it's more about trying to make sure we get some of the policies in place that if we can agree upon a number the policy doesn't stand in the way. So I'll give you a prime example. If we can add additional monies in terms of transportation onshoring, I think there's a deal here to be made.
Okay, so you want to add additional money so that you incentivize companies to bring back their manufacturing lines to America.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it's all. We've had a dependence on China that is disproportionate to the manufacturing needs here in America. And so if we can do critical supply chains and actually offer financial tax incentives for companies to invest again here in America, we're going to do that.